Burning Man's for sure my favorite event to perform at. For like 9 years, I just kind of went around, just brought a USB key and played anywhere that would let me. Just like playing different parties and like playing different camps, playing sunrises, sunsets, really wherever. In my career, I've done so many random things, you know, bouncing from like dance hall to country to like tech house to like techno to producing rock records, and essentially I've always been a DJ. Like I started that at 14 years old, buying records, going to a record store, flipping through records, paying $4 here, paying $40 there, researching who this was, finding where he lives, go to his house, buy his records, like all this thing. That was like, I was like addicted. It was like my like drug. So as I got more advanced as a producer, I started like exploring different genres. What's cool at Robot Heart, it's not always about house music. It's not always about like the desert and dusty kind of desert house or whatever. It's really about like experiences. They're some of my favorite sets ever. The whole culture, I just loved it from the beginning. You just go there and you just perform to the desert, you know, and then like the audience will come. Or people will hear music and they don't need to know who you are, they don't need to know what you play, they just hear something that intrigues them, and then they become part of that chemistry that you have right there. You're not getting paid, you're not headlining, you're just there to what you get from the experience, like being there, presence, you have to give back, and that's our skills. Our skill set is to DJ and to create an atmosphere for people, and I think that trade is so fair. Like I love going there and just delivering whatever I think of, like to kind of like build that energy, and I get back this crazy response. Like you never can expect what you get from the Burning Man kids. Like you just take them on a journey. They're ready to go. And even if they have some prejudice against your music or what you do, you can win them over by just being great. You know, just kind of like you have to do that. Just be your best and think about what you're doing and put together all that history you have as a DJ. That's what we do. Being a DJ is not that technical. It's literally, I can teach anybody in 20 minutes, the technical side of like mixing and EQs, but what we have is this repertoire of music in our minds, and that's what we do as a DJ. We kind of create. We take little pieces and little bits and we put a story together. Since no one knew what to expect on my DJ set, it was amazing. I could really play whatever I wanted to. If I'm gonna headline a festival, if I'm gonna play like nightclub in Vegas, people are gonna want a certain thing. As a DJ, you have to you have to scale your style from like playing a house party with 20 people on mushrooms to playing in EDC for 200,000 people on the main stage. Like everything has a time and a place. And I just was like, I gotta get this right. I wanna make sure they know my style, give them some of their style, give them something new, and just kind of like try to win the audience over it. You know, I spent like 2 days just like getting the right tracks, and then I got out there and I just forgot what I was doing. I just started DJing, honestly. I had the one starting song, and then I just got high and I just started playing whatever, but it worked. Probably one of my best experiences DJing I've ever had, because it just felt like it came together, and I went out there on the decks and just got a gist of the crowd and just kind of played from my heart, and it was like, I just felt like every song I was picking felt like the right song at the right moment. That's like the epitome of what a DJ feels like, when you feel like you're right in tune with the audience, and that's what it felt like the whole morning. And just like finding these moments to peak that you wouldn't think about, because you know, when you think about DJing, you think about the bangers and stuff, but it's like, how can you peak on another genre? And I love that challenge. Like, how do you do that? So I've been DJing, I've been doing 20 years of DJing, and that's still like not even that long of a career, but I've never seen public sex at my show. I've never seen that in my life. And I've never seen that at Burning Man. I'm sure that happens sometimes, but I've never seen it, and it was in the middle of almost like the morning, like sun is out, dusty as hell, still pretty cold, and they were banging like a couple different positions right there in the front, like whole circle around them. I've never seen that in my whole life. I've never seen actual sex at a show, and I think congratulations, Robot Heart. It was epic. And that song, I remember the song was DJ Boring, Like Water, and I let the whole song play for 8 minutes because I couldn't. I feel like the vibe was right there for that song. I was like, I let it break down the third time because they were having sex to that song. So I was like, this has gotta keep it going. Awesome creators, and let me get this dog's fucking little tiptoe out of here. It's my sister's dog. Go over there. Go away from me. He's really sweet though. He doesn't bark. He just likes to walk around and be like weird. From the beginning, Gio was always so excited for me to come on the bus and like, you know, go backstage and have some, what's it called? The uni. He has the uni, so urchin. So Gio put me onto urchin. Like he was like, after I did like a couple of the sets, like the sunsets, he was like, come to our trail, I want to show you something. And he gave me uni in the middle of the desert. And I was like, what? How the fuck do you get this? And then I was like, all right, this is fucking fire. So I was, from the beginning, him and of course Ting, and they were so like welcoming and just excited for me to be part of the community. And I just think that I always felt home. I never felt like an outsider there with you guys, because you guys were always like, you know, you're just like us, you're creators. Like I said, the whole crew is carrying the torch now because his energy was so great and so positive, and I feel like the style of the Robot Heart really, it was like transcending from him because of who he was and his ideas about lights and visuals and energy, and I think, yeah, he's one of the goats. If you hear about all the birds, is that okay too? It kind of adds to the atmosphere. Okay. So somehow it was booked, and I was like, London Fabric. These fuckers are going off. She came back. She saw how she came back, and she got some new little worms, and she's gonna feed them. They're gonna get their food, and then they're gonna chill. That's what it's like sometimes. That's what it's like to be a mom. Just fucking come back home from work and spit on your kids and make them shut up.